Hello and welcome to the nightly Just Grasp 1 tournament. We're still in round 2 of winner's bracket now. We're on that massive week 2. We are seeing Feathers versus DT here. This is going to be a pretty exciting match. Feathers being, of course, a very strong player that's been around for quite a while. DT beating Ascended Donut in the past match. Really excited to see them play again. They had some really good stuff versus Ascended, and I'm more than happy to see them again. Today with me, I have Solo joining me, and I'm excited to get casting with them. If you can introduce yourself for a second, please, Solo.
Hi, yes, my name's Solo, and I've been playing this game for approximately, I don't know, 2 weeks, and I've kind of fallen in love.
Perfect. I know that's kind of when I first started. I played like 16-hour match into a 14-hour match into a 10-hour match, and I just kind of went from there. So this game is a beautiful game. Just don't burn yourself out.
I'm trying my best. Looks like they're pretty far into the draft. DT seems to have drafted Lychee, New, and May.
Yeah, this is actually the exact same draft that they had versus Donut, so they haven't changed a single thing. Feathers is kind of thinking here for a second on what their last character is going to be. I'm taking it. They kind of have it hidden in hand for some reason or other, but that's fine. I'm almost certain that it's like they're announcing to DT what their draft is. So we'll see here. They're probably just both gonna pick blind pick right here instead of pressing the button. That's completely fine. Unfortunately, we don't know what Feather's characters are. I'm sure we'll find out here in a second, though.
Hopefully.
All right, here they go. Hackman versus New
Hack him
13.
in. You were afraid of this?
I'm not.
Other two.
Oh, okay. Okay. Milia, Rage, Chip, and Hackman. Holy smokes! I knew we were going to see a team, but this is a team.
Yeah, that is power incarnate. Even I know that much.
This is a team. Of course, Lychee's not being such a slouch themselves. May can definitely fight these characters as well, but she's not going to have an easy time as she normally would, because May just kind of wants to turn off her brain, blow up people with big power numbers, and go boom. Lychee is a bit more of a technical character, but Lychee is also quite a strong character herself. She has very good cards. Um, Chip and Milia being on the side of Feathers here. We're gonna have to see how the Lychee is going to fare into either of these season 7. She shouldn't have too much issues, but of course, season 7 having access to these cancels can go ahead and make things go out of control pretty fast. But right now we have the Hackman versus New matchup. New is going to want to get to range 500 because that is just how New plays, and Hawkman is going to want to hang out, boost, and make crazy strikes to just win because they can.
Yep, and expect like a Fumajin for like 5, 6 turns here.
Yep. So we're gonna get started off with the New going first. New is I'm pretty happy about this. New is pretty happy to go first most of the time. I mean, very happy to go first is what I should respecify. Because New is going to go ahead and be more than happy to play something like a Grasp early. That range 4 Grasp, throw Hawkman into the corner, and then just start her pressure. Because that's where she really shines, is outside of this range 4 area with that plus 3 to 4 range. She has a lot of
uh,
cards that are going to go ahead and get this crazy amount of range. Of course, the sweep being the one that hits at range 7 with... Actually, yeah, hits at range 7 with his ability. Here we go with the strike immediately. This is almost
Strike
certainly
immediate
Grasp.
into grasp.
Yeah.
I guess
Hackman calls
she's
it out
going to.
correctly, just playing the focus there, making sure he doesn't get moved. Because Hackman wants to set up, but I mean, he's going to still want to be able to beat up on New, so he's not going to want to let New get halfway across the map and just not do anything about it.
Yep, there's the boost from Hakumen. Is that Fumajin? That is Fumajin.
Yep.
Mm. Get comfy. This might be a long one, folks.
Fumajin at range 4, we're chilling as Hackman. Yeah. We'll have to see here. Feathers does, of course, have the option to go ahead and play aggressive here. I mean, they don't have to worry about a whole lot because even if the other grasp is in New's hand or it crosses a New's hand, they can't get hit by it. They're at range 4, they're sitting comfy. They can just decide to play something like a Gurren, and Gurren won't get hit, it won't get stunned, and they'll still be able to close 2, trapping New into that corner, still keeping that. I believe it's going to be range 4, yeah, still. But now we're getting the Renka, the reach being played here. I'm not too happy with this as New because we have the Fumajin in play and the +1 range, so we're hitting with a lot of things as Hackman here. As New, I'm probably wanting to pray to God that I have like a cross or something in hand, specifically to just get out of range. Not even a hit, just to get out of range. Grasp doesn't do anything here. There's a lot of things that aren't going to do anything here, and especially if Hawkman does not close in.
Yeah, I was expecting the spike, to be honest. But no spike thrown away there unless he had both spikes in hand to begin with. Oh, that would be a hilarious play.
No, the one thing that Hawkman does have to worry about with Spike is that because Spike here is a slower option. Yeah, here's the dive into the assault.
Bolt. Okay.
Yep, that
Jake
was the
from
thing
Hawkman.
that Hawkman had to be kind of scared of with this with a Spike play, right? Is because with the Spike play, New can just dive straight into it, and then Hawkman's whole plan is kind of ruined. That is kind of what the Fumajin's incentivizing New to do, is play something that is going to run into Hawkman here. So Hawkman just kind of countered that, said, I'm going to play the assault. Good luck.
Yeah, I actually understood that one. Woo!
Yep.
Prep from Feathers here, so it's up to DT's turn.
Yep, we're just prepping as the Hawkman. Pretty standard Hawkman procedure. We're low on cards. Prep, get a gauge, call it a day. Go to
Yep,
your date. Go to
and
your 9 to 5. Do it again.
prep from both sides. And strike from DT.
At range 2, though, that's the interesting part. Because at range 2, with Hawkman, yep, there it is. That's the Yanagi, right?
Yep.
This is the problem. So we cross out as new, but we're only moving 2. So that means
And that is
Yanagi does catch us and hit us for 5. Because that's the power of Hawkman. Is Hawkman just sits here, he puts down boosts, and then he just wins strikes. You strike into him, you get hit. You don't strike into him, he gets gauge. It's just the unfortunate cycle for you when you're playing against Hawkman sometimes. Here we
now
come
New's
again.
stuck in the corner, and there's range +1. Throwing away the block.
Yeah, now with the +1 range, the one thing that this kind of threatens here specifically is Grasp. We're going to play an
And
EX, though.
EX? Oh, that's interesting. Could this be EX Enma? No, he already used one.
This could be a EX a lot of things. This could also be EX Santatsu. Yeah,
About
it is
strike
EX
into
Santatsu.
Zantetsu.
Woohoo! 8 damage on the dick.
Ooh, I felt that one from over here, folks.
Yep. EX makes it safe against Spike. +1 reach makes it safe against anything that can push Hawkman out. That is good.
Well, the advanced 3 to get her out of corner, at least. Prep
Yeah,
from
this game
Hakumen.
is definitely not a slow Hawkman game. This is not
Yeah,
a
thank
slow
God.
Hawkman game at all.
This is my sort of Hakumen game. Oonga boonga till the end.
Well, that's the thing, though, is it's not even that Unga Bunga. Feathers is just playing this incredibly smart. We saw Zentetsu. Zentetsu's insanely safe. EX Zentetsu doesn't lose to Spike. If we boost the +1 range, Zentetsu gets thrown out of range, we're still hitting Zentetsu. It is this.
Oh, that's why you did it.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, flying drug Gurren.
Okay,
Actually
we
wins the.
lost to the Super Rage. We're whatever. We're up 10 life. That's why we bought long here. We want to keep our hand. We don't want to go down in card in hand. We're sitting here at range 4 against New. New is able to overdrive now. Now that's the thing that is we're at a safe enough, like we're at a good life lead, so we're not too worried about this overdrive. If I'm new here, I am more than likely looking for this though. Yeah, and that's what we're gonna see D2 do. Is we're immediately looking for that overdrive. That overdrive means that we are, instead of paying for UA, we're getting a lot of value out of it. Of course, we're just going to see the Fumajin boosted again, which is going to be terrible. Terrible
Yeah.
for new here.
I mean, she could outrange the Fumajin. I mean, maybe that's what she's going for. Nope, just strike
Yeah,
from
you would
here
have
and
to have a
probably dive.
before. You'd have to have a before retreat one. It'd have to be something like Super Rage. Yep, Super
Just
Rage is the thing that's hitting here. I mean, I guess you could also technically hit with something like a dive or an
or an
assault.
assault.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say assault here. A sweep that's going to beat it either way, but there's
Yep,
the assault.
and we call it out. Thank you for the follow. I can't tell who just followed because my Twitch stream is behind my thing here. Thank you, Download, for the follow. Thank you for triggering my goofy fighting game sound as well.
And there's a strike from New again.
We have the strike from New. Okay,
Uh,
range 4, of course, this can be anything still. Everything hits here as New. We just play the block
block.
into the Sword Summoner. Sword Summoner does 5. We're not drawing one for Sword Summoner because we are taking one whole damage from this. We don't care about this. We're just still playing the game.
Yeah, 19 to 7. Oh, what was that
We
discard? Was
tossed
that
a card
discard for
from
block?
hand. Oh, we didn't even take any damage. We took 0 damage. We didn't even take 1.
I guess when you want the lead, you want the lead. There's the prop, and he is sitting at 8 gauge, ready for that overdrive.
Yeah. Now the pivotal thing here is that Hackman has Yukikaze engaged. If he decides to exceed, and he has another Yukikaze somewhere because I didn't see the other massive get boosted. If Nu decides to strike wrong and Hackman plays Yukikaze, that's a
It's
close
over.
8 and Nu just dies. It's just how that card interacts with this matchup. Nu decides to not bait it out and doesn't play slow or something slow enough into it because that's 2 speed. That's really hard. Oh, well, forget my commentary. We're just advancing 3. We're running up.
You said it was
We're
hard as
up
slow.
12
Now,
life. Who cares? We're going. We are zooming.
well, I'd expect the cross out here, but it's not that even safe
No,
of a play.
you are scared of crossing out here unless both Unagis are down. Actually, both Unagis are down. But we still have the other Yukikaze to worry about as well. We have a lot of things to worry about in this health.
Oh, she has Ultra to worry about too. Gosh, yeah, there's just everything to worry here.
And now
And here
we're
comes the
exceeding.
overdrive.
Now we're exceeding. We're getting both Yukikazes back. Overdrive's gone for Nu. We are sad. We are
Yeah.
incredibly sad robot girl right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Here comes the exceeded Hakumen. 16 cards in deck. Akametsu, we'll worry about that later. We're probably not even gonna see that this match. We don't need it. Alright. 6 cards in hand. All gauges free. Nu here. How will they respond? All
I guess they
damage is tragic here, and if you let a Shipu hit you at range 2, you're probably dead. So
Well, honestly, if I'm a Hakumen here, I'd probably just Dragonfly her to death. Worst things worse is she crosses out or dives for free.
yeah, that is certainly a line. Dragonfly though.
It's his second super, the sword one. Oh, it's Shippu. Sorry, my
Oh, I
apologies.
see. Oh, I see. Did you actually translate it?
It's what it is in the game, and there's a Dragonfly. There's a Shippu. Oh, that gets beaten though by the spike. Nice read from DT.
Yep. Called out the Shipu very nicely there. Shipu not incredibly safe, but it is safe. I mean, we have a life lead. We can throw the Shipu out. We don't have to worry about that too much. Did we put the deck and the discard in the wrong places?
Okay, showed that he
That's fine.
picked up the Yanagi.
Yep. I picked up a Yanagi because we're not worried. It's like if Nu strikes wrong, we play Yanagi. Yanagi's fine.
I think you play Yanagi here anyways.
Well,
Oh, I'll play
the
Yanagi
problem
here
is,
anyways.
yeah. See, this is the focus, right?
Yeah, that would be a bad Yanagi. Oh well, that
And that is almost death. But Shipu will break the focus. That's the unfortunate part, because Shipu was played on offense here. Shipu breaks the
oh.
focus. That's 1 health. Now
Mm,
is when we died to Yukikaze, regardless of what we play, so we have to be incredibly careful here. And that's not what you want to do when Yukikaze's on the table. You do not want to
yeah,
boost
the
speed.
speed is just not gonna do it any good for you here.
Unless you're the supreme baiter with block. And then you can do that.
Oh, I don't know what I think about that Zentetsu going to discard, but I mean that is a play. And obviously baiting Yukikaze.
Yeah, I'm almost certain we have the other Yukikaze in hand. Plus 2 speed. I mean, even if they play the block, who cares? We drop Yukikaze here. They play block. We're like, well, yep, cool story, bro. Or we could just be super baiting here as well with whatever we just played. So we'll find out.
Yeah, that's most certainly will. It could
DT
be.
is studying for their life right now because Calamity Sword.
Mm,
Yukikaze, Yukikaze. It's
Yukikaze.
over.
Yep. GG's first round goes to Feathers.
First round goes to Feathers. Yep.
So if you could remind us about the rules for the tournament, he doesn't get to play Hakumen again, if I remember correctly.
Nope. Hawkman does not get to be played again. So Hawkman is out. Nu is still in. Yeah, that's it. And then Feathers will go ahead and pick character first. So we'll either see
Yeah.
Chip or Amelia come out here.
Gosh, I mean, between the two, I'd probably throw Chip in here, but I'm not super
Well, that's the
solid on
thing.
Chip.
So both are insanely good characters, right? Chip is lower damage, higher speed. Amelia is just all around pretty dang good. Chip, of course. Yep, Chip is gonna come
Here
out.
comes the Chip.
If I'm DT here, I'm picking Lychee every time. I feel like that's my best bet against Chip. I feel like if we play Chip into May, May's just gonna get the runaround. May does not have enough guard that what she wants to deal with Chip. We're playing new.
And does he know he can
Okay.
switch?
Yeah, DT is aware they can switch. They play
Okay.
Donut.
Okay, that is a decision. Not one I would have made, but a decision nonetheless.
Well, here's the interesting thing about New versus Chip. So if New manages to actually keep a good range, she can beat Chip. But the problem is keeping that range. We have an advanced around Chip. We have a boost with advanced 2. We have a boost that says retreat 2 if you're at the edge of the arena, advanced 3. We
Yeah, we have
have
this.
all this movement. And then of course we have this crazy boost called play the hero. Draw 3, take another action. That is an insane boost. So as New, oh, for the pick rules.
Okay, and looks like DT's choosing to go first here. And Moles too. Moles 4. Uh, I don't know.
Alrighty.
That unique action from Chip is just so powerful for outranging people
Well,
constantly.
the thing about it is the after ability on Chip is specifically used because Chip wants to be able to dodge weave in and out of people's attacks. So it allows for some crazy safe options that normally aren't as safe. So, for instance, like if you assault into somebody and then, well, maybe not assault. Assault's probably pretty bad thing to say there. But pretty much, if you were to make an unsafe play and you end up at like range 2 or something of someone, you can, and they play a focus, you can just move to range 3, automatically dodge it. That's the main use of Chip's after ability, is just kind of dodging these moves, gaining positioning where they want to be.
Well, there's the Mole 4 from Feathers, and looks like we're getting started.
Hmm.
Strike turn 1 from DT.
This is almost certainly grasp again or cross.
Already
We don't
played the
have. Oh, oh,
sweep.
it's sweep. That is an insane sweep. Not gonna lie. So the funny thing about this sweep here, right, is it deals the 6 damage. The sweep has an insane chance of missing though, because sweep, when it's boosted by this new, actually becomes range 4 to 7. Yeah, becomes range 4 to 7. Range 4 to 7 is not the easiest thing in the world to hit.
No, not by any means, is with my little limited understanding of this game, at least.
Oh wait a second. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. So what they're explaining right now is Chip drew the Resho, right? Resho does not hit.
Yeah,
After, you
but
may gain advantage to return this to your hand. But
he
the
still
thing
gets his
is,
after effect.
yep, he still gets his after effect of advanced 1, so he actually moves out of range of sweep.
Yeah, totally forgot
Now
about
New
that.
is
That
down
is
2 cards, and this is insanely bad.
okay, and then just straight up attacks at range 1 don't hit you.
Well, I mean, the Genros on here is kind of like it's just getting added to gauge. That attacks at range 1 do not hit you only matters for the very first or for the very start. Because if Chip plays faster, which he more than likely will, this is just free gauge. That's normally what this is used for. It's just free gauge.
Love commentating on a character I don't understand. Prep from new.
It's all good. All right. So both life totals even here still. I mean, we saw the Resho come out, but we saw the Resho just go back to hand because Chip just said, all right, we're turning this to hand because we have the option to. Um,
Uh, but the card positive. Ah, gosh, how do I speak? The card advantage on chip is just so massive, especially when new wants to continuously spend force.
yeah, that's the thing. Is Chip is up 2 cards. Mainly because they did that Russia. Yeah, now we see the Russia get boosted. Advance 2, draw 1+1 speed for the Harakiri.
Uh,
Chip is just
that is
pretty. Chip's whole line is pretty much just making very speedy attacks that don't lose. That's the main thing that Chip is known for. He can make these insanely fast spikes that you can't beat. That's why whenever you play against Chip, you're always telling yourself, "I'm going to be down 10 health." It is just a thing.
grass is just to get out of that side of the court, but
Now, the unfortunate part about this is I don't know if we'll see a spike come out just yet with only 4 speed. It is possible, but we do have to worry about assault.
yeah,
Like
6 speed
at the
assault.
unless we have EX spike in hand, and then that's a different story. I don't know if we would spend EX spike this early. We could also look for a dive as well. I mean, dive's not the worst idea in the world. Puts us range 1. Oh, we're gonna play the hero. Oh boy.
Mm,
Now we're
well,
definitely striking. Oh, every day of the week we are definitely striking. Every day.
let's see. Probably that could be that spike. It could be that slash though.
EX super rich
Supra. Okay.
into the dive. All
Dive.
right.
Okay.
EX super
Nice
rage
hit
will do
from
it.
new.
Yep.
But that is both copies of Supra down. How major of a tool is that against Chip, do you believe?
Did new did not retreat one, I see. Because it's a May. They just pushed one. That dive is just something that they kind of wanted to set up. New respawning with an EX Super Rage is, Chip is kind of whatever on that because they're kind of sad that they got hit before 4, but it's so early in the game it doesn't matter. Super Rage being important because it has the air dash on new, right? That's
Mhm.
their advance or retreat 3. That's how they get out of range of Chip.
There's the Rishu advance again.
Yep.
Draw
See,
one.
this is where we are now because we just boost this ratio again. We get that advance 2, draw 1, and we're just back. That super rage no longer available. We don't have the access to that advance or retreat 3 anymore. So now we're at range 2 with Chip.
Okay, new preps. And Chip's turn. Lost a card due to being at hand max. But still, obviously. Oh no, they're even on cards right now.
Yeah, we lost like 2 cards. We lost a grasp and an assault, I think, from being at hand max.
I thought the grass was paying for force of some sort. My bad.
It's all good. Well, if I was just thinking here for a second, and we're sitting at full hands on both sides, it's still pretty early in the game. This is mostly where most of the strikes are kind of just decided is by these early game mix-ups. You have everything in hand. Uh, we can make an unbeatable cross here with Chip. We probably don't want to though because crossing it out against Nuke and then passing the turn to Nuke is pretty not great. So I mean, we can advance back one, but that still only puts us at range 4. Um, I think yeah, this is
Resho's
just doesn't
no
have
longer an
any.
option. I'm not sure what he's going for here.
Yeah, you're not gonna see Russia play too much as an attack though. It's only 2 damage. It's hit draw 2. It's kind of whatever. Well, most of Chip's lines are you can see like stuff like Alpha Blade played. Alpha Blade's usually fine to play. Gamma Blade, you sometimes see Gamma Blade. Gamma Blade against New is probably unlikely though because the ranges you want to play it, it's not going to be really viable against New because New can just beat it unless we have a bunch of speed on it. We're dropping something here though.
Mm, he just lost an assault and a spike, so yeah, I'm curious what this is.
See the
There's the
block.
block into focus.
We're actually not too sad about getting rid of blocks this early. I mean, we give New a gauge, but I mean, we spent a card from New to get the take no damage. We got a card back as Chip. This is kind of whatever. Now we're sitting at range 3. New's still not using their ability. New just
New
gonna prep.
prepping.
Chip has
Gosh,
the ability to go ahead and cancel something. We're just gonna do the grasp though, and then we're gonna toss across. Feathers is refining that hand.
This is usually where I start to fear Feather's combos. Let's see what his whole plan against this is. She seems to be playing this far slower than I would think she would need to.
Oh, new?
Yeah, wouldn't it be better for her to go harder on Chip before he eventually gets his full combo up?
The main thing to worry about with new is playing it offensively again, or with new is you're at range 3, right? So you're worried about Alpha Blade. What do you have at speed 6 that actually wins at range 3 against Alpha Blade, right? You don't have anything except for Calamity Sword, which is a 3 gauger. So pretty much anything you try to play here that's not like a bait is more than likely going to get hit by Alpha Blade
Mhm.
and canceled out. Obviously, you could look for something like a sweep or focus here to call out the Alpha Blade specifically, but that is a hard call out, and if you get spiked, you are kind of sad.
There comes the
Now, the
scramble.
main thing to notice here is we are playing the focus. I'm almost certain we're canceling this, but if we decide not to, then that means that new has to strike into us. We're going to cancel it, and we're going to take our strike instead. We're going to play an EX strike here, maybe?
Nope, yep, there's the EX. EX Alpha Blade. EX Dust.
EX Dust into the Sickle Storm. Isn't this 6?
Mm, should be
Yeah, it's
6
6.
damage. Boosting out of there.
The 6 damage.
And then gonna make a strike off of that.
Aerial backflip, retreat to range 4 to 5. Other grasp? Question mark? Man, what else could this be? Other grasp? Maybe the other sword summoner? Yep, it's the other grasp. Alright, we're across the board as Chip. That's not great. That's not where we want to be. We are down both rushes. We are... I think we just moved one. Now, Chibi, he scramble canceled and then struck with EX Spike into the Sickle Storm. He's not exceeded, so he didn't draw.
Okay, and there goes the Exceed.
Oh, here's the other play, the hero. What a wonderful boost. Draw 3, take another action is my favorite boost in the whole wide world to see. Alright, +1 speed. Hit the
Plus
opponent must
speed.
discard a card. Main thing to note here is we are out of spikes as Chip, so it becomes a lot safer to play these slows unless we end up with something with an advance on it, because the only thing that we're worried about is Genrozon, and then even then Genrozon is 3 damage, so we're also not too worried about that either. It breaks our move, so we're sad about that, but if we play like a focus and we lose 1 health, it is what it is. We're sad, but
Here comes a strike from New.
new striking here at range 3. We're exceeded. This could be anything. We're gonna see the EX Alpha Blade into the dive.
Okay, that is.
This is just 2 damage.
Yeah, but still damage on the board. And now she is cornered right at range 1. Probably not the best place to be.
The opponent has to discard a card of their choice because of the Beta Blade boost. The Shogun. Discards the block. Block's not too bad to get rid of at this early stage of the game. We're only at 22 health. Block's not going to be super relevant until later anyways, so it's whatever. As Chip, we're chilling at range 1 versus new. I mean, it is. Seems like Feathers is sort of keeping track here of what new has available for them in terms of specials. Just utilizing that reference area. Classic turn
Okay.
card, sideways, stuff like that.
Yep, good old sideways and flip.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Feathers
And
just
there
gonna boost
comes.
the other Genrozon. Attacks at range 1 don't hit. That prevents new from pretty much playing anything faster than Chip without worry of it getting countered. This makes stuff like focus for Chip incredibly safe. We're actually just gonna Legacy Edge. We're just gonna Legacy Edge with the Calamity Sword. Chip away from us though.
I mean, safest way to get out of range at this point.
Yep. And then we also draw 2 from this, so we'll draw 2 and then we'll draw 1 for a turn. Yep. There's a nice little reload from New. Just spending 1 Ultra, spending 2 cards to draw 3. It's fine. Gets Chip out.
There's 3 forced to advance back in. And there's the flip from New. She's back out of overdrive.
Yeah, I mean, New's Overdrive wasn't doing her much here in the corner anyways. It was mostly allowing for dive to hit, but we used a dive already. The only other thing that's really hitting here is the other dive at range 1 in Overdrive, so losing Overdrive is not the worst thing in the world. We didn't really get much value out of it, unfortunately. We're
Grass
gonna
is
see the
out of.
crosshair play, just run out. Makes sense. It's kind of like a game of cat and mouse right now, is what we're seeing.
Truly is. Deck totals. I mean, New's lasting longer in the deck if this comes down to that, but hope it doesn't. There's the boosted Bad Axe canceled into a strike. We could be looking at. Actually, I have no idea what we're looking at here. Maybe crossover Beta Blade, Gamma Blade. Oh no, Beta Blade. I meant Beta.
Yeah, I think the main
Oh,
thing that we're kind of worried about here is, yeah, there's the other dive, right? That was the main thing that I was gonna say is the other dive is still an option. So we get 2 gauge for the dive, of course, in the Genrozen and the dive itself. Dive makes a focus miss. Focus did put armor on to kind of negate some of that. Keeping the life totals decent. Chip is just kind of doing well what his name implies and chipping down New. Chipping down New, the old block.
yeah. I'm just curious what New's plan is. She's used a lot of cards to do not much of anything, and she's got a lot of slows left if I'm counting correctly. But
Yeah, I think if I'm New right now, I'm pretty much just seeing what Chip's last 4 options are and then playing accordingly. I think that is the main thing we're doing. We know Chip's down both focuses. We know he's down at least 1 sweep. And we're just gonna prep actually.
prep. Okay, that's a plan.
Chip will also probably just prep here or take the reshuffle. We'll see. They might also just go for a crazy CC. They might just be looking for the reshuffle here. I mean, I could definitely see it.
Okay, looking to see what exactly is in his deck.
Sounds good.
If I'm Chip here, actually, oh, there's the reshuffle.
Yeah. Making an educated reshuffle pretty much.
That being the case, he's already reshuffling with New still having 18 health. We could see a deck out here.
Uh, it's possible. The main thing to note though is that Chip has access to both spikes again. That's the main thing to note. So if Chip
Right.
keeps access to both spikes, dealing 10 damage to New is not going to be much of an issue.
True. There's the strike from New.
We just want to make sure that we don't see those spikes go to waste, is the main thing. We see the dive come out
Dive.
into the
And
sweep.
that is sweep.
Yeah, he'll dive the sweep. So we're going to advance 3, and then they're deciding they want to be a range 2, which is fine.
Guessing prep from Chip. And there's the prep. Okay. News up.
Drew's actually taking the manual reshuffle action here now.
Getting that Exceed Excel out. I actually haven't looked at that in a minute.
Yeah, New's going to
That's that
pull out the
low.
Sword of Calamity here. Sword of Calamity is not great at range. It's just a 5 speed, 3 damage for 4 gauge. But at range 1, it's plus 10 damage. Against Chip, this isn't the best thing in the world because Chip can do a lot. Oh, He just parries it. Well, now it doesn't do anything. So
I don't know about the wisdom on that one. I don't think that was basically just burst. Just parry the burst.
well,
I
we're
guess it is
pairing the
down two
Sword of
cards.
Destruction, right? Yeah, we're pairing the burst, we're pairing the actual card itself, because if the new just holds onto that card forever and it never gets discarded, then we're really sad. Because that's an actual game-winning card. That's a 13 damage card for 3 gauge. Yeah. 13 damage, 1 range card for 3 gauge, and Season 5 has access to light to make it 7 speed. That is very dangerous for Chip, even with their
Oh
speed
yeah, I
bonuses,
guess
so.
the light would do that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did not even think about the light boost.
Yep.
Uh,
Sword of
here comes this.
Destruction is a real thing, especially with light. That's a scary thing. But Chip normally has enough speed that they can deal with it, considering they have 2 grasps and 2 blades. Now, yeah, that's what it is. Alpha Blade, 4 damage, closes 1, or advances 1 after to go ahead and move it. Range 1 and new, Spike does not go off.
Yeah, that's sad for new. Sad day for new. And here, play the hero.
Yep, play the hero. Take another action. Sit in 4 cards, range 1. We're just gonna see the advance 2. Yep, there's the Hierarchy.
And
Advance 2
now
plus 1
cancel.
speed. Spike is a real option that we need to be worried about as new at all times. We take 2 of those, we're down to 4 health, and we're pretty much gone. Alright. New striking into the Harakiri, plus 1 speed. We play the cross
Cross
into the
out and
focus.
focus.
1 damage.
Well, she gets the card back, but that is certainly a scary position for her to be into. Be in. Still in strike range for Chip. He boosts the speed.
Yep, that's the story of Chip's life. He boosts the speed.
I
he
mean,
has,
yeah.
he has four cards that all have speed on them.
And
We
all two
respond with
straight.
the speed with new. We're tired of Chip's +1 speed shenanigans. We're gonna play our own +1 speed shenanigans. Forget you, Chip. Ugh. Alright. Chip of course still doesn't want to run into willy-nilly because New does still have defensive options left.
And there's a prep from Chip.
Yep,
I mean,
we're
at
just
this
gonna.
point, with this much of a life lead, I don't know if willy nilly is really the statement. Assault into Zachiroga. And that certainly takes out the assaults. Hey, wait, does he have advance
1,
of some sort?
2 to pay for it. 3 +1 damage.
Yep, and there's the gauge. So 3 damage onto her. Loses the assault, which means advantage gone.
That's actually the first time I've seen Zansei get played in a while. But that's a really good option when you think your opponent's playing fast, as you can just Zansei Roga them. Zansei
Yeah,
Roga being 9 speed is still crazy.
I mean, yeah. You could have even spent one more gauge and just completely rolled her over. Prep from both sides.
We got the cooler prep on chip side though, because we have the Let's Rock. There's the other Harakiri. So now we have
Yep.
+1 power, +1 speed. Still worried about both spikes. At this range, we're not playing Spike yet, because we're just going to end up crossing out as new if we end up playing Spike here. New's going to
Prep from
prep.
new.
The only downside to playing Zansei Roga is that Zansei Roga does have the Saka Sage boost, which is the +2 speed that we normally like to see for the Spike. Of course, Chip doesn't need it to win the game, but does make winning the game easier. Main thing is we are starting to run out of cards as Chip. We do have 16 cards left.
Okay,
We
including
are
hand.
hitting the half a deck. We are going to scramble here. Yeah, the die was in there. Well, the die was engaged, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Here
The
comes.
focus got sucked into the gauge. Or
Okay.
sucked into the discard.
I'm all about these lucky wild swings. Let's see the lucky wild swing. Cross
Cross
into
and result.
assaults,
Yeah.
and actually the assault wins here. And
Yeah, it's
that
a
is
5 power
advantage.
assault too. Yep, this is pretty dangerous here.
Yeah,
That
this
was a
sounds
good
like
cross pull though, because if that was Spike, that's oh. You play something faster. It's not hitting. Oh boy.
Okay.
Super Rage.
There's a Gamma Blade.
Yep, Super Rage was actually the correct option here because it does retreat 1, it does push 1, and it also does beat the Gamma Blade. Gamma Blade hitting there would almost meant certain death next turn.
And still 17 health lead. This is. I mean, they're both low on cards. Chip down to 12 cards, but this is looking scary for New at this point.
Gravity Seed.
Ooh, that is a very interesting card. Just shutting down Chip's options to begin with.
I'm almost certain. Yeah. Oh, we just pulled her in.
It's a way to deal with the whole can't move situation. Grass from both sides. New down to 20
That
health
is a
lead
way to deal
now.
with it. Holy smokes. We're calling out the fact that New does not have any slows. New is not playing any slows, and we're calling that fact out.
Oh. She is
CCing
spending
4, CCing 1
just.
Legacy, 1 Calamity. Yeah. And it's New, we're kind of searching for options here. Being down 22 to 2 is not exactly the best in the world. We're just raw
This is
striking
the
here.
spike.
I don't know what this is. This could be a lot of things, honestly. Heck, this could even be the
Actually,
other
this could just be
Zansei
sweep.
Roga.
The
We
sweep would
sweep,
actually
this could be the other Zansei, this could be a million things. You guessed wrong here, you're gone.
see what he dive into assault. That is GG.
Wow.
So Feathers takes it 2-0 over DT.
Yeah. Feathers. That was an insane showing by Feathers. Holy smokes.
That's one way to completely clear your match. Fast ass or fast Huckman game followed by a really aggressive chip game.
Yeah. Yeah, that was just really good by Feathers. GG to both players. Amazing job, Feathers. That was crazy. Well, I suppose that wraps it up for us. Thanks for joining me here, Solo.
Thank you
And
for having me.
yeah, that was a nice, fun, quick match. I think that was our fastest match of the tourney so far, actually. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you all next time.
Yep,
Next
have a
match I
great
think
night,
is
everyone.
see. I think next match is. Let me see when next match is for y'all before I get up before I sign off here.
I know
Um.
I'm Tuesday, so
Yeah, I should be able to find it if I go to the right places. No, we don't have an 18th scheduled yet, I don't think, actually. Alright, then our
so
next match is
I'm
probably
next.
you on the 17th if we don't get anything first.
You might want to miss that, folks.
Alrighty. Well,
You know
next
those
I do
Steve
know we
ones in
have
16.
yeah, we have
This is one of
Solo and
those
Rose
Steve
on the
ones.
7th or on the 19th on Tuesday, and we'll maybe see y'all then. Thank you for joining,
Yeah.
and thank you for co-hosting, and have a good night.
Yeah. Good night to everybody. Have a great night.